Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome to my channel and let's do second episode of PlayStation VR, the wrap-up, a weekly show in which we get in all the biggest news stories from the week and putting them into one nice PlayStation VR video. So, without waiting, let's do it, and we're gonna start from brand new game, which is SMUSH TV. That looks a bit like Tetris, but it is not, because in this game the two players are playing, one player playing in non-VR mode and one player playing in VR mode. Non-VR player got some blocks at his disposal that kind of look like Tetris blocks, and he drops them down. And he does it because he wants to kill VR player, because VR player is hopping along them blocks using his locomotion arrow and trying to not get squished. Once the player reaches the top, then the player wins, but if the player gets squashed, then he's smushed and he loses. Very nice idea of a game, and of course party games works great in VR when you've got time to actually play them. So yeah, something that looks very interesting. Now this is coming out to the PC first. The website states that it's coming to PlayStation VR, but they didn't give us release date yet. But once I know more, I will let you know. Okay, next story, and now we're gonna talk a bit about Golem. I want to spend some time talking about it because the game got delayed again. It's got brand new release date. It didn't got delayed very much, just about a week, so not that long, but nevertheless it's got delayed. When I done video about it, I've had plenty of comments of people saying that they pretty much lost hype for this game and they feeling suspicious that there is no new gameplay at all being shown for this game. And of course your concerns are pretty much justified, because we know what's happened with Warzone not long ago. The game, the developers didn't show off any gameplay at all, and when the game came out it was absolute shitstorm and the worst ever game made for PlayStation VR. But with Golem, you know, stick around to the channel because I will be reviewing this game. I think they just spent so much time developing it. Maybe they just didn't want to put anything out there because they want to keep it secret and make people surprised. I hoping this game gonna deliver. It's done of course by an ex-Halo devs, and one of those devs is actually the dude who did locomotion system for Halo back in the days when people been saying you cannot do competitive shooter on a console, and their locomotion system, their control scheme is pretty much standard now in every shooter. So maybe they gonna come up with something good in Golem. I don't know. I know you are concerned, and rightfully so, but stick around. I will be reviewing Golem. I still got high hopes for this game, but like I said, it's right to be worried if you didn't saw any new gameplay. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the Golem, if you still hyped for it, or maybe just like many other people you not. So let's just hope the reviews will be good, because if this game delivers, it's probably gonna be the biggest PSVR game of this year. And if didn't deliver, then it's probably gonna be the biggest disappointment, just like Bravo Team was, or Impatient. Okay, and next story I want to talk about is Dreams. Now, we've got nothing about the VR mode yet, sadly, because they didn't announce anything yet. I'm hearing that they're gonna try to bring it this gen, so that would be nice. But what I want to talk about, they've been mentioning lately, they want to have some sort of set of tools and some sort of agreements. So the games what you gonna make in Dreams, that you'll be able to publish them in other platforms, most likely PC, that's what I'm thinking. Now the Dreams itself will be always PlayStation exclusive, so you know, to create everything and do all the cool stuff, you're gonna need the PlayStation. But if you want to share your game with the bigger audience and you want just to publish it somewhere else and see how it is to publish the game and other people reacting to it, then they thinking about adding this feature so you'll be able to do it. That would be pretty nice. Of course, we're still waiting for the VR mode. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but they said they got quite few big updates for Dreams upcoming. Okay, and now I want to talk about ESPIRE 1 VR Operative. Now this is the story that didn't make to the PlayStation VR news videos last week, but I want to speak about it because the developers lately said on Twitter and pretty much said what many people didn't wanted to hear. So they saying they not ready to give you the release date yet, but they just want to update you that they working hard on the game and this game will get release date soon. Now they mentioned that Oculus including them in their holiday promotion sale, whatever it is, I don't know. But anyway, so that might indicate that it will be coming this year, but sadly they don't want to do anything about it yet, you know, about the release date, because of course twice now they failed. They saying they are first time studio, it's their first game, so they're not that good at PR and all this stuff, but from what I saw, from the impressions of the game, they are really good in making the games. So the ESPIRE 1 VR should be awesome when it eventually releases, but there is no release date yet. And next big story past last week's was No Man's Sky. Now they did a new update which gives you new missions and new stuff. As always, No Man's Sky patch notes are never ending, very long. They always updating this game, which is pretty awesome of them. But also what they said, they kind of spoke a bit about the future updates of the game, and they said that they do want to bring most requested features to the players, and of course everything what was like really needed fixing, all this stuff is out of way now, looks like it, like the game is stable now after the Beyond update, so it looks like they're gonna look at the community requests as well now. So my best guess is they will start looking about PlayStation 4 Pro patch, because in the VR mode I think this is one of the most requested features. Of course the game is great, but it didn't have any pro optimizations, so for pro owners the game still looks blurry. For me, even though it's blurry, it's still super immersive, but it would be nice to play it in a sharper resolution. So it looks like this is gonna be one of the future updates very soon. It looks like it's gonna be something they're gonna work on, so keep spamming their Twitter and their social media accounts about PlayStation 4 Pro patch, because that's what they're gonna do next. Look at what the community wants. Happy times, let's hope they're gonna hurry up. Okay, and another big story is the update for Beat Saber. So the developers told us that something big is coming on 7th of November, but they didn't told us what it is yet. Now I was wondering, maybe it's 360 levels or 120 for PSVR, but that's apparently gonna be coming later in December. Apparently they said that, I must have missed it, but anyway, they already announced that they're working on a lot of stuff. They're working on adding calorie counter, they're working on multiplayer as well, they already announced that they're working on another song pack, and also they announced that they want to do like a collaboration with Super Hot VR. They've done a little poll and people said just go and do it, so I wonder if it's gonna be one of those things. They basically said get ready, because next updates for Big Saber gonna be big, so next few updates we should see at least one of those features, maybe all of them, I don't know, but it looks like they really kicking in a high gear to get this game even more awesome for this holiday season. I'm very interested in this Super Hot collaboration. I wonder what's that gonna be, and of course 120 levels is gonna be another way to play Big Saber, which is gonna be pretty awesome. Regarding the song packs, I wish they kind of change it a bit, you know, add more genres. Maybe that's what they're gonna do, maybe that's what big update is going to be. But nevertheless, I don't want to take anything of Beat Saber, because the developers supporting this game like mad. We get in many updates for free. I know some songs packs we have to pay, but what can you do? But they also released a lot of free updates for this game, and this is super awesome game, first VR game that sold over 1 million copies, many players enjoying it all the time, so of course to have more better things coming to Beat Saber, it will be pretty awesome. I'm really liking this game, I just want more variety, and that seems what we getting. We already can change colors and stuff, so let's just stick around, let's see what's gonna be on 7th. Sounds like it's gonna be something awesome. And another story I want to speak about just for a bit is Fruit Ninja, one of the first PlayStation VR games, but the game that's still getting supported. They releasing new update which gonna add 7 new weapons, so this gonna come first to PC, but it will be coming to other platforms later. And a couple of months ago they already added new update which added some new gameplay modes, so I wonder if this update gonna make to PlayStation VR version as well. And that's nice of them, nice to see developers years after the release of their game still supporting it, and for those updates you don't have to pay anything. So once again in this studio showing that you can do updates for free for the players, so that's super nice of them. But anyway, another story, and this is yet another story that didn't make to the news videos last week. I want to speak about Zero Caliber and its unknown status for PlayStation VR. What's happening is I'm following this game closely because I'm trying to get any info I can about PSVR version, and usually they was quite active responding to people and saying yes, PSVR is coming, we working on it, every day we getting closer. But past last month or so they stopped mentioning PSVR version at all. If you ask them about it, they just pretty much not replying to it, just ignoring it. So I don't know what's happened with Zero Caliber for PSVR PSVR, but for me it looks like it's either they hit some sort of roadblock and the game might be super delayed and we might not see it for a while, or it might not be coming at all. I don't want to be all doom and gloom and crush your dreams, but I just want to put it out there that if you are hyped for Zero Caliber, just tone it down a bit, settle down, calm down, don't get too hyped now, because it looks like we might not see it for a very long time. Meanwhile, they still updating PC version and they still working on PC version as well, so I think that's what taking most of their time now. And regarding PSVR version, like I said, it's super silence. So should we be concerned? I don't know. Should we be hyped? Maybe not as much as we was. Okay, anyway, another story. I want to come back to Siren. The game came out in Europe 1 year after it's been out in US. The release of the game in US was terrible, had very many bugs, and also graphically was super blurry and everything. I've got US version of the game. I don't fancy paying again for this game for Europe version. Apparently there is some improvements. What the improvements are, I don't know. Maybe just few updates what US version had in past. But anyway, listen, this trailer what plays in the background, the game looks super sharp and super nice. It's not looking like that on PlayStation VR, and also even if it did, the game itself, it's not that great anyway. The gameplay, the story and everything what you're doing, it's not that fun. So I just putting it out there. If you're thinking about the Siren, I cannot speak much what updates they bring to PlayStation VR in Europe, but my best guess is still the same game that we've had in the US. Okay, and yet another story that didn't make to the last week news video. I want to speak a bit about Redemption Guild. So the developers pretty much announced what's happening with the release for the game, because as we know they started taking pre-orders on their website, which is for Founders Pack, but people kind of didn't trust it much. For me this game looks legit, but putting it out there what's happening now, because it's been in the development for a while. Redemption Guild is an MMO RPG that's supposed to be coming to Rift, Vive and PlayStation VR. You'll be able to explore the world with up to 4 players. They developed very nice combat system, so no wild swinging sword around. You actually gonna have to plan your attacks. The world is expansive, the RPG elements are great. They really put the attention to the detail for this game, but we never heard what's happening and how it's gonna release, so it looks like PlayStation VR gonna come a bit later, because they announced that the game will be coming to Steam Early Access soon. So yet another early access release, so that means we're gonna have to wait until they exit the early access, and as I know from experience, sometimes the game can be in early access for well over a year or even more. Just look at Gorn. This game was in early access for ages, but finally it's making our way to PlayStation VR. But putting it out there that for Redemption Guild, if you want some MMO RPGs, you might still wait a bit longer. And that's gonna lead us to the another story, and another story that didn't made it to last week news videos, and another story about MMO RPG. So the ILYSIA is a game I spoke about quite a lot on this channel since it's got announced. I actually mentioned it in my latest PlayStation VR showcase video, but the developers announced that this game will be coming this winter. So it's not that long to wait. They didn't show us a lot, but from what I'm hearing, they've got a lot of assets ready. They've got a lot of stuff ready. Maybe they just didn't have time to make proper trailer. But they did say that this game coming this winter, so it's not that long to wait at all. I'm hearing it's got a lot of fun elements in it. The release date, basically what's gonna happen is they're gonna release the game and then they're gonna release the updates, which will be adding new elements to the world. So it looks like it's gonna be staggered release, but they want to keep it, you know, like World of Warcraft or something, when they keep updating the game so players keep coming back. Regarding the price of the game, I don't know. Regarding the updated packs and everything, they don't know as well. It depends on the success of the game, but it looks like it might be fun because I see a lot of interest towards this game. Okay, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does help the channel a lot, and if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.